And this is December the 18th. Welcome to those that are on the call, and Merry Christmas to you, which I failed to say the first thing. Uh, you all have a little box coming from us, so I hope that you will enjoy that when it arrives.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Uh, the last week or two, we've been talking about getting ready for 2018 and getting real clear on our why and having clarity with the internal as well as the external things that we have. And we've talked about if we don't have a good why, then maybe our external actions won't match up with that. Uh, Someone made the example of if you say that you're really, really concerned about veterans, and that's really an important part of your life, but you never do anything with veterans. You don't go see them. You don't try to do any fundraising. You don't do anything. Then maybe you aren't as committed to veterans as you say you are. So your internal and your external actions aren't matching up. Well, you may say, well, why are you bothering to talk about those kind of things? Well, it's because uh, it's true in our Shaklee business, folks. If we say we're interested in people and we want to try to help others and do things for them, but they don't, uh, we're not doing anything to talk to folks or whatever, then we probably are not as concerned about folks as we say we are. So we don't have good unity there. So you say, well, why are you talking about this? Well, for one thing, um, we can really be truly honestly concerned about others and wanting to help them, but not doing anything, partly because we are not as totally sure that we love network marketing as we say we are. And I'm saying that because uh, we've been talking about that with our upline and our uh, being proud of network marketing as a business. I was in the professional world for 25 years, and I have had a little bit of difficulty. I think I didn't recognize it too much till now, but after leaving that position where I was known in town, especially in the area I worked, and now to tell them I'm selling vitamins, I have had some difficulty with my mental and emotional response to that. But our upline's been talking to us about this, and I'd like to share a little bit about what James said. You know, James was on our call last week. I'd like to share a little bit about what he said, and that is that we do not owe an apology to anyone for doing multi-level marketing, and we don't need to feel embarrassed because we're taking money from our friends and family and so forth. Because he pointed out something that I thought was very interesting, and that is that that's what everybody does that has a job. We're all making money on somebody. When you go to your dentist or your doctor and he does what he does for you, you pay. He's taking money from you. That's just the way it works. You have a job, you get paid for doing it. And he doesn't ever apologize and say, "Oh, Phyllis, I'm so sorry I had to charge you for checking your eyes today or cleaning your teeth." That's just the way it is. And everybody would think he was crazy if he did apologize for that, because that's not the way the business world is conducted. And so, Linda, this is where I'd like for you to kick in. Uh, James talked to us one day about this, and he got Linda on the phone, and he said, "Linda, why do you do MLM?" And Linda said,
I said, well, why did you, well, it was, I think it was like, why do you do Shaklee or whatever?
"Okay, right,
And I said, because I love it.
yes." Now, you hear that excitement in her voice because she loves it, and I thought that was so super because I do love Shaklee. But if you asked me about this, or you said, "Oh, is that?" I'm not sure I would have ever thought of saying that. And it's really great. So, Linda, tell us a little bit about your visit with the lady Saturday. I'd like to hear how that played out in real life.
Okay. Well, after we had that like the conversation with James, and I said that I loved that. Then later, I was looking at the. I was trying to set goals for the next year, and I looked, and my volume is really good, but I have no builders at all. And if I was looking at the chart and I thought, wow, if I had 2 builders, I have enough PV that with those builders, I could be a senior coordinator. And the senior coordinator salary, um, uh, I mean, 50,000 falls in that, and that is more than I was making as a teacher after 30 years. And so when I saw that, and then James called and we had a conversation, and I was telling him about, I was looking at my goals, and I said, and here's this $50,000. I could really, be back to the kind of income I had when I was working, more than that. And he said, not only for this year, but for the next 18 and a half. Because with what we have, multi-level marketing, we have a stability, we have residual income that keeps that going. And that was such an aha moment for me, that multi-level marketing is what provides the residual income so that we have a stable business when we build a business. And so I had never connected all those dots. And a week before last, our church had a Christmas market, and I put a Shaklee table out there just sharing information. And I had a young mom in her 20s came up to the table, and she said that she had been tested to have high cholesterol, really high cholesterol. And the doctor wanted to put her on medication, and she didn't want to do that. Did we have anything natural? And so since that's something that I had dealt with personally, I was able to share with her about the cholesterol reduction. And so we made an appointment, and I went over Saturday afternoon. And so we went through she took the health print. We discussed that. We discussed her options. She placed an order, became a member. And then I said, if I could have a few more minutes, I would like to show you how we can make income with this. Are you interested? And she said yes. So then I did the little chart that Phyllis helped me put together, showing our PV and the bonus that comes with it. And she said, now, if I like this and I tell someone, do their points count for me? And I said, yes. And she goes, oh, and she gave me this look. Is this an MLM, like that, multi-level marketing? And looked at me. And I went, yes, it is. And I gave her this excited look back and was like, this is the best thing ever. And I said, but what I'm finding is that Shaklee, their sales plan is different to any other direct sales company. So I took her from this look of, oh no, this is what
have I wandered into?
Yes, but you know what? That was the first time I ever felt proud and confident to say that.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yes, and because I just never have connected the power of that business model. I just put it together in my head. And so, but there are business models out there, and there are MLMs out there that leave people with a bad taste because of how they do business with their people and how difficult they make it to let it be your own business, by controlling things to the point that they have to have a certain amount of money every month. They have to do certain things every month, and it creates a financial stress on the family. Whereas Shaklee, it's all your own thing. It is whatever you want to do is what you do. Nobody is telling you every month you have to do a certain amount. If you don't sell that much, you're going to have to pony up yourself. And so I can see. So anyway, I was so excited to be able to be excited. I was excited to be excited about that. I was just glad. So
that's just great, Linda. Thank you for sharing that, because I've heard you mention this to me and others before, that when during the time when you were teaching and you had your children and you were so busy that you weren't able to work Shackley, that nobody ever called you and got on your case because you didn't uh, reach your PV goal or whatever that month, and uh, you still got the check that you got from your own personal usage and the customers you had. And I've just always admired that, because I've talked to some other people lately who've been in different multi levels, and they are not all created equal by any stretch of the imagination. So we're very fortunate because we're not only in a wonderful, reputable company, but people use these products over and over. And that's why the 17 or 18 years of extended income, that's where it comes from, because people keep using it and they love it with whatever. So it's a really a great thing. So Linda, thank you for sharing. Now, folks, I have unmuted y'all so that everybody that wants to talk is free to do so now.
Phyllis, can you all hear me?
I can. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, because I'm not I'm not hearing you through my speakers. I'm hearing you through my computer, and it's the first time that's ever happened. I've always been. I mean, I meant to say I haven't been hearing y'all through my headphones. I'm hearing you through the computer.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
I don't know how that came about, but anyway, I'm glad I'm listening.
Well, I'm glad you're able to be on today, Melanie. Thank you for joining us.
You sound like you're getting sick again.
I'm not. I have a little bit of drainage, I guess, in my throat. I'm really well. I'm just fine, but I'm just I can't seem to get my throat to be cleared out. So,
You just got a
so
little froggy today with you.
yeah. Well, I'm very pleased that I've been talking to James, our upline. He's actually been talking to us about how we can be, sorry, more effective in our business and how we can grow, because I think that most of you folks are on this call because you want to grow and you want to have success and increase your income and help other people. And I have that goal also, but I'm not acting on it. So he's one thing he suggested to me today was that I either make or go to Lowe's and buy me an open sign and post it in here where I'm going to see it every day, so that I will come in to my office and do what I need to do for our business and start making the calls and reaching out to people and making appointments and so forth. And I've got to thinking that's a mental thing. If I owned a McDonald's and my McDonald's opens at 5 in the morning with breakfast, don't you think I would be there at 5 to make sure it's open and the folks are there working in the kitchen and we've got sausage grilling and so forth? And I might, after things running good, I might go out and get something to drink or eat or something, come back later, make sure everything's going smooth. But I wouldn't just lay there in bed and think, well, I hope my store opens today. No, ma'am, I'd be down there opening, because you guys know how much it costs to get a franchise. There's no way I'm going to let my business just sit there. And so this is my business. I'm not sure that I have had the ownership I need, but Ann owns her business. Linda, you own yours. Roseanne and Lawrence, that's your business. Melanie, you own that. And as the owner, we are doing a service for others, but we have to have the open sign on. And he said to write, please come in on my sign. So my mind is starting to think that this is a business. So I do not know if that is helpful to you, but it was really helpful to me to start saturating my mind with these thoughts about I don't have to apologize for doing multi-level or Shackley. I don't have to feel bad about it. I can feel good about it because I'm helping other people, and that's something that I want to do. I don't owe an apology, and that's really good to think about that. And I'm going to be thinking about that some more. So I know some of you have sent me or posted your goals for this coming year. I wanted to mention a couple of things. One of them is that on January 6th, we're going to have our kickoff meeting in Fort Worth. Becky has invited us to share with them again. So I'm going to be sending out a message soon. If you have friends or family or anybody that is interested at all in Shackley and would like to come to this meeting, anybody is welcome. We will not try to grab them for our business, but if you know somebody in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that you want to invite, they're always welcome at our meetings. And also, I think on the 4th, I think that's the correct date, 3rd of January, we'll have our next call with the company. So you might mark your calendars. You say, well, Phyllis, why are you talking about that so far in advance? Well, the main reason is because this is our last call until next year. And so it'll be the 8th before we meet again. And in the meantime, I want everybody to be thinking about what your goals are and what's coming up. But also, I'd like for you to be thinking about the dates and so forth and how you can get involved. And I'm going to keep on talking about this because I think it's so important. If we aren't reaching out and having appointments and things like that, then our business isn't open. We're not open for business unless we're doing these kinds of things, because those are how we earn our income. And while it's a good thing that we are servicing our customers, and that's really vitally important, we also at the same time need to be reaching out to get new customers and so forth. So I wish you a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And it's just such a delight to know you folks. I always feel happy when we have our call because I get to talk to you. And I have unmuted everybody. So if anybody else would like to say anything or share any greetings or anything, go right ahead. We have another couple minutes here.
Well, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Well, thank you, Ann. Thank you. Merry Christmas back. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be talking with you again. I'll send a reminder, of course, the week before our call on the 8th, just to get everybody back in the mood. But you'll have Christmas and New Year's with your families, I hope, or to celebrate in some way. So off we go. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.